Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the motherfucking hangover series. I feel like I need to stop saying that word, as I just wanted to say it like 5 times in a row. I was like, maybe I should stop using that word so viciously. I kind of just feel like that word's in my vocabulary, just like the word bitch is in my vocabulary. Like, it's just a word that I like to use. I feel like a lot of us like to use it, and then there's a lot of people that don't like to use it. This week, the past 5 days have been a struggle. This is what I would really call a weekend full of unwellness, unwell vibes, unwell activities. My week began on the 3rd of July. When me and my friend had a pool day that turned into a pool outing, that turned into me drinking so much wine. More wine than I think I ever have. We were out at the bars and I was just ordering wine. I didn't want anything else. I was just like, I'll have a glass of wine, I'll have more wine, I'll have more wine, I'll have more wine, which led to a very, very scary hangover, which I think that saying when people are like, your hangovers will get worse as you get older is very true. Not that I didn't believe people when they said that, but it's so true. I remember like in college, we could drink so much, like too much, and wake up the next day feeling like I was reborn, feeling like I was on top of the world. Like hangovers didn't exist to me back then. But now I wake up and I'm like, I can never drink again. I am not doing well. And that is how I felt on the 4th of July. Which, well, I was going through like stages of like, I feel fine and I don't feel fine, and I feel fine and I don't feel fine. And I feel like for a while I was feeling fine, and I had plans to go to one of my best friends' family, friends, party situation. And I was really excited for this because I was going to meet her boyfriend in person for the first time, which is kind of a big deal, you know. Luckily, I feel like he knows enough about me where like me being hungover should be no surprise to him. But I was like, get your shit together, bitch. Like, you are about to meet one of your best friend's boyfriends. Like, please be normal. Please be normal, Erica. So I was attempting to be normal. You know, I felt fine. I was driving to their house, and I was like the complete opposite of anything that I wanted to be. Like, I was like, please be normal. Please don't be hungover. Like, just be a normal, good person. And within like 30 minutes of meeting him, I was like, I am so hungover. I am so nauseous. I am not okay. I was overheating. I got the shakes. I got like sweaty. Like, I was like, I'm not okay. And I had to leave. I was given nausea medicine because it was that bad. And that's all you need to know. But I feel like I low-key made the worst first impression you could ever make on your best friend's boyfriend. A real impression. That was like one of the realest impressions I've ever made on someone of who I am as a person. But also probably like one of the worst first impressions, because what the fuck? This man is probably so scared of me. He is probably like, who is your best friend? Why did she just show up at a party this hungover and has to take nausea medicine and then leaves because she's not doing okay? And that would be me. That would be me. I feel like I've never really done that before, but like I was just down bad. And there was no coming up from being as bad as I was down. So that happened. And I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I need to get my shit together, because I was flying back to Chicago the morning of the 5th of July at like 7 a.m. I think I had to be at the airport at like 5:30 in the fucking morning. I didn't even know the airport was open that early. And I was feeling so unwell, like all 4th of July. Like, I was taking the nausea medicine. Then I went to my family's party, and I was like pretty fucking down bad. I was going through like waves of emotions, waves of feelings, waves of distraught And I was like, I need to get my fucking shit together because I have a flight. And the flight was an important flight because I was coming back to Chicago so that I could go to Alex Cooper's Unwell event, which I was very, very excited for. I have been wanting to go to one of these for quite some time. I feel like every time I see she hosts these little pop-up events, they always look so fun. I'm sure we all know I love Alex Cooper. And I was just like, I need to get my shit together and I need to be a normal person so that I can make my flight and just be normal. So I drank a lot of water. I was gonna like pack my bags at 5 a.m., but my mom was like, girl, pack your bags tonight. You are not packing at 5 a.m. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I felt like I was in like 8th grade going to like dance practice. I don't know. I used to like have a hard time before dance competitions. This was like a long time ago, but they would be really early in the morning and you have to like pack up so much shit. And I was always really feisty in the morning because I don't know if you guys have known this information about me, but I am not a morning person. Like, I don't like to be woken up, and I'm kind of a bitch if I get woken up. Like, I will not be nice. And I don't think anyone should be nice. If you're being woken up in the middle of the night or at a time that you didn't plan to be woken up at, I think you're allowed to be a bitch. And I feel like everyone that's really close to me knows not to disturb me. Not to disturb the bear when sleeping. Okay, I'm like looking out my window right now and I thought there was like a gnat infestation going on, but I think I'm just seeing things. I'm probably still hungover, but I packed my bags that night and I woke up the next day at like 5:40 in the morning, finished packing, and headed to the airport. I probably looked very scary. I like am barely remembering even being in the airport because it was so early. I was still hungover and I was like sleep deprived. And I went through security and they took my tanning lotion from me, which the bottle of tanning lotion that I had was ginormous, but normally I feel like they never care when you bring big sized bottles of liquids. Like, I feel like no one ever really checks that shit, but they checked that shit. She pulled my bag and she's like waving my tanning lotion everywhere. She's like, you cannot bring this. I'm like, okay, fair. And the lady's like, well, I'll go downstairs with you and we can check your bag and then you can re-go through security. I'm like, what? I don't want to do any of that. It's just 5:40 in the morning. Just throw it away. Just have it. You can just have it. Or should I just put it all over my body right now, you know? I honestly would have been down to go like check my bag and not re-go through security, but I would have been down if it wasn't like 5:40 in the morning. Like, that is just too early to be doing all that. And I had to get patted down, of course, because I feel like I'm always getting patted down at the airport. I don't know why, but I always am. And I just didn't really want to get patted down again. You know, they probably would have been like, she needs patted down. And I didn't want to experience that. So the tanning lotion is no longer with us. But I'm honestly not mad about it because I kind of hated the tanning lotion that I bought. I bought like a different version of what I normally buy. And I mean, I probably was doing it incorrectly and should have read instructions. But the 3 times that I used it, I would turn green. I learned very quickly after the first time that you're supposed to take it off within an hour. Like, it's like a fast tanning lotion, works quick. But I don't know why I was turning green, like, in random parts of my body when I would put it on. Like, my stomach would turn green, random parts of my arm. I don't know. I was giving Grinch vibes. And then I would, like, try to take a shower and get it off of me, and I was still green. So I don't know what's in that tanning lotion, but something's up with it. And then I was questioning if it was, like, the mitt I'm using. Like, I don't know. I am not the best at using tanning products, but I like to be tan sometimes, you know? A little glow to me. But it is in the airport trash can. Or I feel like maybe they keep things for themselves when they have to take things from you and throw them away. Like, are there any airport security people listening to this? Do you actually throw the items away or do you, like, keep it? Because I would probably keep it. If someone had, like, a really nice perfume that smelled delicious, like, I would keep that shit. I would keep that shit so fast. Or, like, a really good hair product, like, I'd keep it. So if someone's using my tanning lotion out there, just know you might turn green. Take it off quickly. But I wonder if they keep the things. I feel like they should. Because I didn't see her put it in a trash can. So I was kind of thinking, like, is she going to use that shit now? Did she just want my tanning lotion? That happened at like 5:40 in the morning. And then to make matters worse, I almost cussed out a 7-year-old. Okay? We were sitting on the plane, we're flying, and I am not one to, like, if someone accidentally hits your chair and you do a little left-right shake, once or twice, it's no big deal. But there was like a 7-year-old sitting behind me, and I love kids. Like, I like when kids are kids and they're like doing children things. Like, I was a really obnoxious kid, especially in middle school. And someone actually just sent me our middle school vlogs because, yes, we made vlogs in middle school, and we used to do like the lemon juice challenge, and I like couldn't even watch them because I was like, holy shit. I am obnoxious now, but I was really obnoxious back then. So I do love when I see like middle schoolers and elementary kids like being obnoxious and like just yelling. Like, I love it, but not on a plane. Not on a plane. And this 7-year-old was kicking me so hard, like the whole time. He was like playing with the table thing. He was kicking. Like, I was just shaking the whole time. And I was so tired and hungover that I was like, I don't really know what to do in those situations because it's like not the kid's fault. Like, I feel like the parents should be like, bruh, stop kicking this lady's chair. And I mean, I kind of like looked back at them like, hello, can you please tell your kid to stop kicking my chair before I yell at him? I would never yell at a child though. Nobody worry. I did not yell at him. And even the guy next to me was kind of looking back at them like, bro, your child is kicking the fuck out of this girl's chair. She has been moving back and forth the whole entire flight. But no, they never told their kid to stop kicking my chair. And then eventually I looked back at the mom, like, kind of like, bitch, let's fight. And she told her kid that he should calm down because he was bothering the woman in front of him, which was me. And I'm like, well, yes, he's been bothering me this whole time, but I don't want to yell at a 7-year-old. And I don't know how to confront adults because I feel like they should just tell their kid to keep their paws on the floor. Keep your little paws on the floor, homie. But that happened. I haven't had a child kick my seat like that in a really long time. I feel like maybe they need to have a section for like kids on planes. Like, all kids sit by each other. I don't know how safe that would be, but I feel like that's something we could look into. But I got back to Chicago, I think at like 10 a.m. and I immediately ran to take a shower because I was still dying of like the worst hangover of my life. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to drink tonight, but I have to drink tonight because I got tickets to this and Alex Cooper isn't down. And when Alex Cooper isn't down, you have to get fucked up. And I took a shower and I pretty much laid in bed all day. Like, I was just trying to rest as much as I could because I was on like a 5-day bender that wasn't stopping until Sunday. And I was very quickly informed of how ass it is to sleep here. Like, I already miss Nebraska because my bedroom there is so much better than my bedroom here. And it was really hard to take a nap. I like had to put earplugs in. I haven't had to do that in a long time, and people were just really loud, and my room was really bright, and I was like, this is the worst nap of my whole life. And I feel like my sleep is like still not normal. I don't know if you guys have been on a 5-day bender in a while. I haven't personally, so I think I forgot what this was like, but I feel like my sleep will not be normal for like a whole week. Like, my body is just all over the place. I need to like go meditate and go to a retreat or something and realign my chakras because they are fucked up right now. One is on Neptune, one is on Uranus, and one is, I was going to say something extremely inappropriate, and I'm just going to keep it in my mouth because we don't need to do that here. But anyways, then I like basically had to start getting ready. I ordered a breakfast sandwich, I ordered chips, I ordered a potato salad. I love potato salad. And I ordered a coffee. And I was like, bitch, get your fucking shit together. We are going to the Unwell event and we are getting unwell. And I had saw online that for these Unwell events, like, it said like free alcohol, free gifts, free things, but like I did not realize the extent of the free things that were going to happen. But before we went to the Unwell event, we went to someone's birthday party at this bar called Hubbardin, and you can buy a pass for like $40 or something, and you get a wristband, and then you get unlimited drinks, like well drinks. And I heard someone say they wanted a vodka lemonade from across the room. And I was like, why the fuck have I never in my life ordered a vodka lemonade? Who am I? Why have I not been ordering vodka lemonades? Like, why have I literally never ordered that? Like, him saying vodka lemonade literally sparked something in me that has never sparked before. I was like, I will take a vodka lemonade. And I feel like he heard me and was like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like the way I said it, like, I was like, it was obvious that he sparked some sort of joy in me when he said the words vodka lemonade, which I am surprised I didn't do like a vodka tequila, but I was so sick of alcohol that I couldn't even drink tequila. So I had to go with the vodka lemonade, but it was so good. And I feel like that's going to be my drink of the rest of the summer. I'm going to be drinking vodka lemonades all summer long. It's refreshing. Like, I love lemonade. I love vodka. Like, it's yellow. I love the color yellow. It's a good summer color. Everything about a vodka lemonade is insane. I think eventually we did take tequila shots, if I'm being honest. I feel like that's just part of my nature. And I got a drink spilled on me. I also got a drink spilled on me on Sunday. So I don't know what kind of energy I'm giving off, but people are spilling drinks on me, all completely on accident. But I don't know why that happened twice this weekend. Genuinely, what does that mean? And it was not a good weekend to spill a drink on me because I'm on my period. But I am a good person to spill a drink on because honestly, I don't really care. The first person that spilled a drink on me, I'm still unsure if it was his fault or if it was my fault. People were telling me it was his fault, but then I'm like, are they just telling me that to make me feel better? You know, unsure. I feel like it was partially my fault, but I feel like it was also his fault. He went to go get me a drink, and I was telling a story to people as I do. And when I tell stories, I talk a lot with my hands. There's a lot of hand motions going on. You know, I have to get into the story. I have no fucking clue what I was sharing, what information was being spilled, what story I could have possibly be sharing. But he went to hand me my drink, and I didn't realize he was handing me my drink, and I just dumped it all over myself. Like, literally all over my shirt. It was everywhere. I think the glass broke on the floor. I don't know the context of that, but I got a drink spilled on me. But shout out hand dryers, because I immediately ran to the hand dryer downstairs, and it dried my short, and it dried my shirt, and it looked fresh as always. Probably looked cleaner than it did before, and I did not let that stop me. And the man was actually very nice that spilled the drink on me, because he asked me if I was okay like 3 times. Like, he's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh my God, this happens every day. That's never happened before. But one time, speaking of like spilling drinks on people, this was a really long time ago. And I think I was out at the College World Series or something, and some girl literally was telling people that I poured a drink on her head. And I was like, I've never seen this girl in my whole entire life. 1, and 2, I would never in my whole life put a drink on someone's head. Ever. Like, what the fuck? Do I look like I would do that? I don't know where she gathered that. I think she, liked a guy that I was talking to or something. Like, we were talking to the same guy. I don't really know. She was telling people that I spilled a drink on her head, and I was like, I did not do that. I would never do that. But that was a random thought, because then I was like, whoa, this is what it would feel like if someone poured a drink on you. It's not a good feeling. It's honestly uncomfortable. But if there's an air dryer in sight, a hand dryer, whatever those are called, then you're going to be okay. I also met the Cubs mascot at this birthday party, which I don't know if you guys knew this, but one of my dreams in life, if I could pick any job in the world, it would probably be to be a mascot. Like, I feel like mascots are the coolest people ever. It is such a fun job. And it's kind of giving, like, FBI vibes, because people aren't allowed to know their identity. They're in the mascot costume. They have to be private about it when they're in public. Like, people aren't supposed to know who the mascot is. So I can't reveal his identity. He actually asked me, well, he was like, am I going to be a topic on your podcast? And I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely not. I take the FBI mascot stuff very seriously, sir. I would never reveal your identity. So I won't be revealing his identity, but I will let you guys know that I did ask, because he was telling me that they have people, like, if he's sick or if he gets hurt or he has to, like, go on vacation, like, they have someone that would cover for him. And I'm like, well, how do I become that? And then he was like, well, how tall are you? And I'm like, I'm 5'7". And he said that's too short. Also, why every time I tell people I'm 5'7", they're like, you're 5'7"? Like, they never believe me. And I never know if people are like, you're 5'7", like they think I'm shorter or they think I'm taller. I think I've had mixed reviews on what people think about if I'm shorter or taller, but just know that if you're 5'7", apparently you cannot be a mascot. And that broke my heart a little bit. And then I was telling him, like, I think I know who the Bulls mascot is too. I don't remember who that is, but I know someone told me one time. Being a mascot would be so cool. And then I was getting into, like, all the questions as I do. I'm like, can you do a backflip? Can you do a front flip? But now that I'm thinking about it, it would be pretty hard to do a backflip in a mascot costume. But now my new favorite team is the Cubs because of the mascot, Clark. That is the Cubs mascot's name. I kept thinking the name of the mascot was Mark, but it is Clark. It is not Mark, it is Clark. And I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with him. That is like my dream job. That is one of the coolest jobs I think you could ever have in life, because it's like you're in the FBI. It's so secretive. It's so fun. It's everything. But after that birthday party happened, drinks are poured, and I am hammered because unlimited drinks are taken very seriously. Like, I think we were like, let's have one more. Let's have one more. Let's have one more. Like, I should not be anywhere where there are unlimited drinks. But at the Unwell event, there were also unlimited drinks because everything was free. I did not realize everything would actually be free. Like, people were just handing out alcohol everywhere, like, for free. And I had so many White Claws. I don't even like White Claws, like, at all. But I had so many of them because they were free. And they were just handing them out. They had just a stand of people with White Claws that they would just take out of a cooler. Like, you're like, I want a White Claw. And they're like, here's a White Claw. And you're like, I want another White Claw. And they're like, here's another White Claw. Like, people were just throwing White Claws at me. They were chucking them at me. I was pretending to be a linebacker. I was running like I was in the NFL. I almost said the NBA. But, yeah, they were chucking them at my head. It was crazy. I'm kidding. They were very polite, and they would just give you one. And I had a lot of them. There's like a blue flavor of White Claws apparently, but I was like skeptical of it for some reason. I don't know why. I remember just being like, I don't want to try this, and handing it off to someone, because you can do that. You can hand off the White Claws because there's so many free ones. I think they had like free slushies and free like other things as well, but I did not get any of those. But I feel like these events and things like this, especially an Unwell event where Daddy Gang was probably one of the best experiences I've ever been to. I feel like everyone that was there was so nice and like kind, and like we all have something in common. And I don't know, everybody that we met there was like literally so freaking nice. So if you've ever thought about going to one of those events, like, you definitely should, because legit every person I met was so sweet and kind and gorgeous, and like the vibes were just all the way through the roof. It was amazing. And we met this one girl who looked like such a vibe. She was having so much fun, and we were like, are you here by yourself? And she was all there by herself. She just moved to Chicago, and I just love that. Like, I love that people are moving places and they're not going to let someone stop them from going somewhere because they don't have anyone to go with, or they don't know someone that's going, so they just go by themselves. And she was having so much fun. We ended up taking her with us to the birthday party again after the event and hung out with her all night. And we even shared an Uber home because we live near each other. And like, it was just such an amazing way to just make a new friend. Like, if you ever have wanted to go to an event by yourself, like, you should, because I feel like everyone was cool and everyone was nice, and like, now we have a new friend. But But also, like, if I was a male and I was single, like, I would be at one of these events so fast. I feel like this is the place where you can meet all the hot single girls. Like, every single girl that was there was gorgeous. And I just feel like that's the perfect place where the men should be finding, like, women. If they were smart, they'd probably be there. They also had these shirtless men come out at one point, and they were selling hot dogs for free. So I guess they weren't selling them. They just had hot dogs. Shirtless men in aprons with hot dogs. And they would lift you up and take pictures with you and just, like, put you on a table. They didn't lift me up. I don't know why they didn't lift me up. I think I literally was like, can you lift me up? And they're like, what? What is this girl saying? But there was a line, so maybe they, like, were done lifting up people in that moment. But I think we took some pictures with the shirtless apron hot dog men, and I ate a hot dog, which honestly, I think that hot dog saved me. And I think that hot dog was the reason I was able to go out even longer, because I think I was, like, hitting a wall, and then I had the hot dog, and I put a fuck ton of relish on it. I fucking love relish. Like, I think I put a little too much relish. And then as I was enjoying my hot dog, this girl comes up to me, and she was like, I just ate one of those, and I threw it up in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, are you okay? Like, I'm kind of enjoying the hot dog. And she was like, I don't eat processed meat. And I was like, well, that would do it. That would do it to you, but I'm still going to eat this hot dog. And then I think we all took shots together of tequila, of course. But the rest is kind of a blur there. I know we were behind the DJ booth, not in front of the DJ booth, but behind it. Not, like, in the section, not, like, with the DJ, but, like, legit behind it. There were, like, a lot of people over there. But it was just a good time. Like, I definitely recommend going to an event like this if there is one in a city near you. But I didn't see Alex Cooper once, you guys. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing wrong. I didn't see her the whole time. I didn't see her there, like, at all. I don't know when she came out. I don't know what she was doing. People were telling me they saw her, and I'm like, where? Where is she? Why can't I see her? Why can't I find her? After the Unwell event, we went to this bar that is one of my favorite bars I think I've ever been to, and I actually forgot about this bar, but it's called Celeste. I've definitely talked about this bar many times, but it has, like, 4 different floors, and every single floor is a different section. And we went back there, and I got yelled at by a man. I haven't been yelled at by a man in, like, a very long time, and I was on my period, so I was extra sensitive, and I'm also sensitive when I'm drunk. Like, sensitive, but also, like, not sensitive. I don't know. It just depends on the day. But this man was, like, hitting on me, and I just suggested that we should take tequila shots, because that's just, like, who I am. That's just what I say. Like, those words just, like, word vomit out of my mouth. Like, let's take tequila shots. We should take tequila shots. Let's take shots. You know, it just happens. It just happens. And normally I feel like people don't get offended by those words. They're either like, yes, we should take tequila shots, or they're like, no, we should not, you know? So I told him we should take tequila shots, and then he started yelling at me, telling me that that is so rude of me to ask. And I was like, okay, like, you can just, like, say no. Like, we don't have to take tequila shots, sir. Calm down. But then he was still yelling at me. And he's like, you are so rude. That is so rude of you to ask to take tequila shots. You're asking me to spend my money? And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to buy myself a tequila shot. Like, please, calm down. I was just suggesting we should take them. So we went to go get tequila shots, and, like, without him. And instead of him just, like, getting over his anger, he proceeds to come up to me again and starts tapping on my shoulder. And I'm like, hello? And he's like, I just have to let you know, like, it is still so rude that you would ask someone to buy you a tequila shot. I'm like, brother, it is not that deep. I don't know who hurt you with the tequila shots. I don't know what is happening right now, but I'm going to need you to calm down. Just kidding. That's what I should have said. But instead, a tear formed in my left eyeball. Or maybe it was my right eyeball. Or maybe it was both eyeballs. Tears formed. And I was about to start crying, because I do not like to be yelled at or be called rude, because I really did not think I was being rude. Like, I was just making a suggestion. And I always am making this suggestion. But thankfully, my new friend was like, let's just take a shot. I'm like, Why is this man yelling at me? And I hope I never see him again. Because sometimes I be forgetting faces. I will forget the faces that I have seen. I will forget the people I meet in the public when I'm drunk. But this man's face I will not be forgetting. Because I don't like when people yell at me. And I will not forget his face. And I was kind of thinking like maybe he's from Hinge or something. I don't really know. This man on Hinge, about a month ago, messaged me and like asked to take me on a date or something. And then I replied normally as I would. And then he replied like, I fucking hate you. And I'm like, what? It kind of looked like him, but I don't think it was him. But I don't know why that guy hated me. It's just weird times out here. The men are weird. They're acting like squirrels. They were rats, and now I feel like they're acting like squirrels. Stop acting like squirrels. Anyways, after all of that happened, I know that we went downstairs to go, like, see other people. And the section, like, the floor we were in, like, one of the floors is specifically, like, way more fun than the other floors. But there was a security guard there, like, not letting people in. And I was like, wait, I'm just gonna, like, go say bye to our friends. But, like, can we come back on this floor? And he was like, how many people are going to be with you? And I told him 25. And I'm like, why would I tell him that I had 25 friends? I do not have 25 friends. I don't even think 25 people were with us there. But I told him I was going to come back with 25 people. And he was like, well, maybe make it like 3. And maybe make it 3 and we can work with that. But I told him 25. And then I came back, I think, with just one person. Not 25 people. But I came back home after all of that because I was feeling unwell and I was feeling not okay. And I had too many unlimited drinks. Like, why were there unlimited drinks at a birthday party? And then there were also unlimited drinks at the event. Like, that is too many unlimited drinks for me to be surrounded by. And I went to bed and I woke up the next morning feeling the most unnormal I've ever felt in my whole life, I think. I, like, couldn't see straight. I didn't feel like I was all there. I felt like I was still drunk until, like, 4 p.m. And I was scared that I was not going to be able to go to the baseball game. And while I got ready for this baseball game, I basically had to, like, do a layer of makeup and then take a rest. And then do another part of makeup, and then take a rest, and then drink an electrolyte, and then have a bite of a granola bar, and then have a sip of water, and then rest again. Like, I was struggling so intensely that I also prayed to God, and I haven't prayed in a long time. And I was on my hands and knees. I'm not even joking at all right now. I was on my hands and knees, and I was like, Lord, I need you to make me feel better. Please, dear God. And I was praying for the Lord to make me feel normal again. And I'm not gonna lie, like, low-key worked. I don't know if that was what cured me or if the electrolytes and granola bar is what cured me, but I'm just saying, after I prayed, like, I slowly started to feel better. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? And I went to the baseball game. And I had bought a ticket by myself because I didn't really know anyone that would want to spend money on this baseball game with me. And I didn't really have the time to ask. So I just bought a ticket by myself, but I had some other friends going. They were just in a different section. So we all showed up together. But then I obviously parted ways and went to a different section than them. And lo and behold, there were more free beverages and more free food. I think you could get, like, unlimited hot dogs, unlimited nachos, all the things you can imagine. I had, like, 3 seltzers and, like, 2 glasses of wine. For some reason, I don't know how I went from, like, praying to God and not being able to function to having 3 seltzers and 2 glasses of wine. I don't know how that all occurred, but it just did occur. And it was actually a really good time. I was by myself, which I was like, never in my life could I have ever guessed that I would ever buy tickets to a baseball game by myself and go watch baseball alone, but I did that. And luckily, you know, I had a good feeling that all the people that were going to be there would be really nice because everybody that was there Saturday was so nice. And I basically hung out with these two girls the whole time. They were so sweet. I was like noticing that everybody had Alex's signature on their jerseys. And I was told that she was coming in the second inning to meet all of us. So I like wasn't really in a rush to get there before the game because the game had got delayed. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to go like stand there by myself for an hour. So I got there like a couple minutes before the game started. And then I asked these girls, I'm like, wait, did she already come? Because my friend that works for the Cubs said that she was supposed to be coming in the second inning. And then I guess a change of plan happened and I missed her again. And she came before the game started and met everybody and I missed it. So I didn't meet her again. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why does this stuff happen to me? So I didn't meet her the night before and then I didn't meet her again. Did I cry over this? Possibly after I had the 5 drinks. I possibly did cry about this, but I will talk to my therapist about that when I see her tomorrow. So you guys don't have to hear about it like my sister did. But anyways, I cried. And life is still worth living. But I hung out with these 2 girls basically the whole time. They were so sweet. One of them taught me a lot about baseball. She knew like everything about baseball. And fun fact, there are no girl referees in baseball. So we need our first one to happen. But we had drinks and I learned about baseball and it was just a good time. And we got really cute jerseys. So I'm excited about that. And I'm confused because I thought the jerseys were white and now I swear mine is yellow. But I swear when we picked them up, they were white. And I swear like at the baseball field, they were white the whole time. And now I'm looking at them and it's yellow. And I'm very confused by that. But I like it yellow. I'm just confused how it turned yellow or if it was yellow the whole time or if it's glow in the dark. I was kind of thinking that like maybe it's glow in the dark. But overall, it was such an amazing weekend. And honestly, I think having those 5 drinks last night helped me feel a lot better. And yeah, I just cannot believe that I missed meeting Alex Cooper all weekend long. I missed meeting her all weekend long. And I literally had business cards prepared to give her. And I just missed all of it. So I also just forgot about this. But while we were talking about baseball yesterday, we were talking about random men and we were talking about the players, and then I told one of them that one time I like used to text this guy that played in the MLB, and I don't remember what happened. I think he just stopped replying to me, and they were like, you should text him right now. And I'm like, I have not texted this man in like probably like 10 or more months. I don't even know if I have his number saved. I had his number saved, and we sent him a photo of me at the Cubs game. And I just want to say, like, I have no remorse. I'm like easily convinced. I feel like they were like, you should do it. And I was like, like I haven't talked to him in like 10 or longer months. And they're like, you should just do it. Like, let's text him. And I was like, okay, sent. Like, I didn't even think about it for 5 minutes. I didn't even think about it for like 10 seconds. I was just like, okay, yeah. Easily convinced. He didn't reply. If anyone was curious, he did not reply, but I wasn't expecting a reply. Also, just take this as your sign to go to events by yourself and not let not having someone to go with stop you, because I went to the baseball game by myself and I had so much fun and I hung out with people and everyone was so kind. And honestly, I feel like I could have sat there and watched the game by myself and I would have had a good time too. Like, let's say you did go to an event and everyone was a bully and everyone was mean. Like, I feel like you can still have fun by yourself. So recommend doing that. And also the girl that went by herself Saturday, like, we ended up becoming friends and she said she had so much fun. And she was having so much fun even like before we all became friends with her. So do things by yourself and don't wait on people to go to things with you, and just have a good time for yourself. Like, don't wait on anybody. But as much as I am sad I didn't get to meet Alex Cooper this weekend, I guess it just wasn't my time, I guess. And I'll have to get over it. But Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everybody had a safe, amazing, spectacular weekend, and I will catch you next week.